Hello, I'm Jack and welcome to episode 1 of a new series of videos in which I discover the best viewpoints on the Isle of Wight and the best footpaths to take to get to them. Now, if you've seen episode 1 of the Disused Railways series that we do, you might recognise where I am. I'm actually on top of the 3 Arch Bridge between Shanklin, which is that way, and Wroxall, which is that way, part of the old railway line. And from here though, I'm not going to go along the railway line, I'm going to go up that way towards St Martin's Down and Shanklin Down. The reason I'm doing 2 is because they're right next to each other and the footpath I'm taking actually goes straight up to both of them. You can access both downs through this footpath, so I thought I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do both of them at the same time.
The footpath we are taking today is NC31, followed by a short trek up V46 to join the path V45 to St Martin's Down. We then continue along V45 to the top of the hill at Shanklin Down.
Now, the reason I chose this footpath in particular over the other ones is because the start point is in between Wroxall and Shanklin, so it doesn't matter which way you're coming from. The ascent up to St Martin's Down is not as bad as some of the others. It's quite gradual and not as steep.
The walk today will take us through what was once the land of politician and antiquarian Sir Richard Worsley, once the governor of the Isle of Wight. From the footpath, the views are already stunning with open countryside for miles around. Once at the top, we joined path V46 for a while, taking us through a strangely deep cutting in the woods. A short distance from here once stood an interesting structure called Cook's Castle, built in 1774 by Sir Richard Worsley. It was said that the reason the castle was built was to enhance the view from Sir Richard's residence at Appuldurcombe House.
One thing I didn't take into consideration was how windy it might be up here, which it is. It's very windy, so apologies for that. You can see over there in the distance there's Culver. If you move across, you see the Middle Downs. Over there you can see Chillerton radio mast. It might not be visible on camera, but if you come up here you can see it.
After the death of Worsley in 1805, the castle fell into disrepair and its stone recycled. The final nail in the coffin, so to speak, being in 1940 when a Spitfire piloted by Flying Officer H.P. Connor crashed close to the site, causing vast damage to the remains of the folly.
Now it's a bit misty over there and it's a bit windy up here, so you probably won't be able to hear me that well. But over there is Tennyson Down, you can probably see it just about in the distance. And up here is Appuldurcombe, which is on the list. From here we're going to head back that way to Shanklin Down, which has a completely different view.
From here, we walk back on ourselves and continue up path V45 to Shanklin Down, a short but eye-catching trek across some stunning landscape. This area is rich in history dating back to the Neolithic and Bronze Age, with burrows being discovered here on the down close to the trigonometrical pillar.
So it's a tad windy up here, so I apologise for that if you can't hear me that well. But if you recognise that view down there, that's because that's where I did the channel introduction video from, the first introduction video of this channel. it's definitely got a lot windy since I last came up here, that's for sure. And that was a couple of months back. It's supposed to be summer. It's still sunny though, so that's nice.
As far as I can tell through the research I've done, 2 burrows have been found up here, though some sources say there may be more buried in the ever-changing landscape. So why not come up here and see how many you can spot?
Anyway, if you'd like to see more Viewpoint videos, then please like and subscribe. I will be doing more. If you have any suggestions for Viewpoints on the Isle of Wight, then please let me know. Thank you very much for joining me on this trip, and I'm going to go before I get blown away. Thank you.